Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick introduction to the RE4R project and where the productive uses of energy for livelihoods component fits into the project. And then I'm going to hand over to my colleague Robert at Energy4impact, who's going to talk to you about how we're actually delivering the productive uses of energy, particularly focusing on the Rwanda component of the RE4R project. Oh, sorry. So the RE4R project is being delivered in Rwanda and Jordan. And for this presentation, we're really focusing on the Rwanda component of the project, which is working in 3 refugee camps, hosting Congolese refugees. The camps have been established for a number of years, so they're kind of well-established camps, well-established locations. And our work under RE4R is really looking at a total energy access approach, trying to deliver renewable energy solutions for households, for businesses, for community areas and community facilities, and also for the institutions and partners that are working in those camps. And really, we see the productive uses of energy for livelihoods linked into all of those components, and it sort of cross-cuts the homes, the enterprises and the community spaces as well. And the project is being delivered by a number of partners, and in particular we're partnering with Energy4impact, who have experience of working on productive uses of energy in the host community in Rwanda, and we've really partnered with them to try and bring some of the approaches and some of the successes that they've had in the host community to really try and bring some benefits for the refugee communities in those 3 camps. So the PUE for livelihoods component of the project is part of RE4R's objective to really try and enable refugees to move from reliance on aid towards economic independence and improved quality of life. And we really see that sort of building on the overall energy access that we've facilitated in the camps for households, for businesses and for those community spaces as well. And the livelihood component is sort of sat into that overall change in the energy environment in the camps that the overall project has built. And through E4I, we're supporting 150 refugee and host community entrepreneurs with a package of support to really try and improve and boost their economic opportunities and their livelihood opportunities, and really deliver those benefits in quality of life. And really we see good feedback in a number of areas as to how that is manifesting itself through boosting incomes, through increased choice, through skills and capability building, and in particular seeing entrepreneurs as role models in the camps. So I'll hand over to Robert to give you some more details on the specifics of the PUE approach that we've implemented on the project.
Thank you, Laura. We are currently supporting 150 entrepreneurs, as Laura said, and we are supporting 40 enterprises in each camp and 10 within the host community. And this support is tailored on one-on-one business mentorship. We also provide business training to these entrepreneurs, but also we look into the market development aspect on how we can help these businesses grow their market. So in terms of how we are working within the refugee camps, we have carried out a number of activities. We have tried to map the existing opportunities within the camp that we see the refugees can benefit from. And this is a bit of a detailed study that we see how these entrepreneurs will be able to venture into. We also raise awareness on how the existing opportunities operate within the camp, and where different entrepreneurs can come and also learn from, where we set up PU kiosks that are being powered by TV that show different areas of application for productive uses. And also we try to put in some PU appliances like printers or fridges that fully operate under solar system constructed as small mini grids of around 2.5 kilowatt. We also try to assess the business needs for the entrepreneurs in terms of trying to know what kind of support they need. This might be technical or business needs that will enable the entrepreneur successfully carry out his business. We have also tried to develop a PU strategy for each enterprise, but this is also based on the identified needs, where we develop an enterprise work plan for each business, and through our mentorship approach and strategy, we connect the entrepreneur with our field mentors to continuously support the entrepreneur on a daily basis. We also link these entrepreneurs to suppliers of solar systems, and we have seen some of our productive use supported using solar home system, and also they are using grid as a source of power, but this mainly depend on the power requirement that the business will require through the kind of appliances they're using in the business. For example, we have high power rating appliances that will require to be connected to the grid, and also low power appliances that require to be connected, like on the solar homes, for example, salons that don't consume a lot of power. But also this goes in line on how much maybe the entrepreneur would require to invest into the source of power. So we look into the economics of the power source, and then recommend appropriately to the entrepreneur. We are also enhancing the financial planning, and also where we are helping entrepreneurs to access capital by linking them with financial institutions, also by supporting them to work through small groups, saving groups, where they can lend some little money and be able to procure an appliance, also get a working capital to run their businesses. More importantly, we also provide a continuous mentoring. This is like an ongoing activities, which is based on the identified needs, and our field team will mentor the entrepreneur based on what has been identified, and then we measure the progress on an ongoing basis until the entrepreneur graduates from the mentorship process or training. Because we are also providing appliances, we ensure that we are developing an operation and maintenance manual that will support these entrepreneurs to know the issues related with the appliances, how to maintain it. And also this is done in connection with the supplier of the equipments that the entrepreneur are able to receive after sales services, even without our support. But during the start of the project, we normally connect this to ensure that we are creating a strong linkage between the refugee entrepreneurs and the supplier of the PU appliances. So far, we have managed to construct 3 PU clinics, 1 in each camp, and these are fully equipped with PU application that are demonstrated through a TV show. We are kind of 150 entrepreneurs, and we have managed to deliver 192 appliances that are being fully used and in operation for the businesses within the camp. Next slide, Dora. So from our learnings, we have seen that we are seeing some differences in terms of the entrepreneur we are supporting. We have got some male entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, and so mixed businesses. The mixed businesses, these are businesses that are being grouped together. So we have some cooperatives, and also we have some individuals that have been working in a scattered way, and we help them to come together. More importantly, to ensure that these people are able to pool their resources together, they're able also to grow their market base and also benefit from the appliance they have procured. So in terms of income, we have seen that mixed businesses are doing more better, maybe than male and female, and which is a great learning from us. And also in terms of ensuring sustainability, we have noted that when people are grouped together, they are able to, their business is able to last longer than individual business, because it's a group benefit of the entrepreneurs rather than working as an individual. So this is something that we are learning as we go on implementing the productive use in the refugee camps. Next. So I'll just give an example. This is an example of an entrepreneur that we have supported. It's a cooperative in one of our supported refugee camp in Rwanda, and they are doing a milk cooling. Within the area where they operate from, there's a lot of cattle keeping. So we did some analysis within the local area to see how potential this business is, and we have supported this group to come together and form a cooperative. And currently, we have supported them to procure this milk cooler, and they are able to support the refugees within the camp. And earlier, before, people within the camp, they were buying milk from the bicycle riders. So now it's better that they have a milk cooling machine. They are no longer have some wastage in milk. We have seen some more jobs being created for 5 employees that also involve the refugees. We have also seen an improvement in terms of business skills, where they are able to track their daily sales, which they did not do before, and also an increment in sales compared to the baseline that we had collected. Next slide. We also have another case study, and this is also a milling in one of our camp in Gihembe. This entrepreneur was operating outside the camp, and we noted that within the camp there is an opportunity for milling. So we supported her to move her business within the camp and be connected to the power, and she's currently using the grid. And in terms of impact, we have seen that the entrepreneur is able to get enough revenues. Before, she was making $68, and now she's able to make $218 per month as a profit. And also, we have seen some job creation in terms of employing other failed refugees, where even before, people used to move outside the camp to look for flour and also for the milling services, but they now can get the service within the camp. So this has happened also during the COVID situation, where it has also helped to reduce movements within and outside the camp. So it's really a very promising productive use, and it has a lot of actors being involved, because the entrepreneur is also planning to set up a distribution point within the camp, where they can also sell to other shops that they can be selling their product that have been making. So they are moving away from selling to individuals and now plan to start packing and also do the distribution within the camp. Next slide. Yeah, as also we implement the productive use, but also there are a number of challenges that we face within the camp, because we are dealing with the refugees, and these are more of a displaced community. They are not maybe staying temporary within the camp. So because we are talking about the energy sources that this should be using, we have tried to encourage some entrepreneurs to operate within the host community, but we have faced a number of challenges, like duty taxes that are being incurred outside by the government, and also other additional operation costs. This normally discourages entrepreneurs to go outside the camp and operate such businesses. So there are also some issue of safety of appliances and other equipments, because these are people that are staying in concentrated areas. So some safety issues also sometimes arise. We have also noted that within the camp, the refugees have been approached by different programs, and from our feedback from them, some of them have been promising to deliver, and you find that when you approach them with a program, you find that they're not very quick in terms of buying in the program, because of some of the experience they have expected. So which means that some of the expectations were not met as before. So it's also a challenge that we are facing, as we are also trying out to deliver on time, to ensure that we don't do what other programs have been doing. We have also noticed that there's low purchasing power, because these are the people that normally depend on on monthly allowances, and normally in terms of buying and also seeing that there is a very broad market within the camp, it's also really affecting the business as well. We also seen the issue of affordability in terms of procuring the technology and also appliances within the camp, because we have seen that we don't have a number of institutions that are supporting refugees to access finance, other than creating small groups or other partners that are trying to provide financing in terms of providing subsidy. So as a real project, we are trying to also address this through a subsidy scheme, where we provide a portion of a grant to an entrepreneur, but also this depends on the case, on the business case the entrepreneur wants to venture into. Next. So moving forward, due to COVID-19, this also has been a challenge in terms of the growth of the businesses, and this has also really impacted on the business that have been supporting. So we have noted a number of effects on this business. For example, we have seen a reduced demand in terms of customers trying to change their consumption preferences. We have also seen change in operations where some business were operating, like for example 12 hours a day, 8 hours a day, and due to COVID restriction, we have seen that business operates around 6 hours and they have to close. And also this has led into shortage of supply, and also with the materials that these entrepreneurs have to procure. There's also reduced sales because if there is reduced number of hours, automatically the sales goes down, and also the purchasing power of the customers goes down, because they have already changed their consumption preferences. So it's also another issue that is affecting businesses. Another thing is that due to COVID-19, there are also some additional costs. For example, entrepreneurs need to set up some water washing points near their businesses, which also requires money, and based on the camp management and authorities, these measures should be put in place to avoid the spread of COVID. So we have seen some business struggling to get into this, as also a way that the business has been affected as well. So what are we doing? What we are managing to do, we are trying to support this business to diversify into other essential services as the situation is going, like food service, for example. We have also tried to support this business to reduce some of their costs. For example, we found that some people had like more than 5 employees, and it was more than that they can reduce to 2 or to 1, because they are not making more money like as before. We are also proposing a recovery fund to the affected businesses to see whether their business can be regained back to their growth. And also we are working closely we have some business support loans. So sometimes these local banks have benefited from a National Bank Recovery Fund. We see how their loans can be renegotiated, and also we are seeing as a recommendation from the banks to present their tax clearance. For example, for the last 6 months they have been operating, to see how they can be supported. Also, we have tried to link this business with suppliers. Earlier, before, they are able to buy stock from their nearest town, but due to lack of stock and also restricted movement, we have tried to create a linkage where the supplier could deliver these stock or materials to the nearest point of the camp. And also we identified some entrepreneurs that are doing well to go and procure in bulk the stock, and also distribute to the entrepreneur within the camp. We also are doing a remote support in terms of a follow-up, doing some phone calls, and try to do a peer-to-peer learning where we are getting entrepreneurs that are doing well and connect them with the entrepreneurs that are struggling during this situation. And also we have tried to use platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, where we put these entrepreneurs in a group and also they share information and learnings to ensure that we can address this. So I can ask Laura maybe to take us through the next slide as part of the recommendation.
Thanks, Robert. And Robert's kind of given us a lot of rich detail there, so I'll try and distill them into some sort of headline recommendations or things that have worked well so far on our PUE for livelihoods component. So the first one of these is really that from the mapping exercise and the interaction with refugees, there's good initiatives that can generate income and really improve livelihood opportunities for not just themselves, but also for other employees within their communities. And what we're finding is that to convert those ideas and those initiatives into reality, each business, each enterprise needs a tailored package of support, and the mentoring tailored packages of support, as Robert has described all those activities, and actually was mentioned in the first presentation. It's the technical, the financial, the mentoring, bringing everything together in a tailored package of support is really been key to converting those into reality. Very much linked to that package of support, also bringing together partners and other institutions within the camp setting and around the camp setting to bring those elements together is also really important. Again, that financial support needs partnering with financial institutions. Things like grid connections needs coordination with local regulatory authorities. So coordinating and bringing those partners together, particularly working sort of in the field and in the camp settings, is really important. Robert's also given us a number of examples of sort of mindset and buy-in, and that relationship that's really needed between the entrepreneurs and the business mentors and the field coordinators that are supporting the work is really important, alongside that kind of realistic expectation management, and also a need to see results. So what we found is that sort of between the E4I and the practical action teams and our other partners working in the camp, really structuring those teams to be able to build trust, set up relationships, have that open communication and that realistic communication through the programme has been really important. I've just realised, have I just been muted while I've been talking?
No, you were not, but since you're over time, could you wrap it up, Laura?
Yes, of course, sorry, yeah. So last two recommendations very quickly. Looking beyond the camps to do market developments into the host community really is important for increasing opportunities and resilience, and including refugees and the host community in those market value chains is really important. And lastly, the COVID context has brought additional challenges and uncertainty into an already very challenging context, and really putting together, again, tailored contingency measures and recovery plans, including potentially additional funding to really try and overcome some of the challenges that COVID has brought, is really important for ensuring that kind of longer term sustainability. And that's it. Thank you very much.